starting. All right, here's the A, and the D, and the G, and the C, just so you can compare. Now, we talked about this a long time ago. Here's your C. If we kept going up the C, that's why I used the yellow tape here. Here's your G, same note as G, and then you can switch fingers. And you see when I have 3 here, 1's there. When I have 4 here, 2's there. Does that make sense? We talked about using 2 here, and then 4's a step above that. Do you see how you can have each finger maybe take a turn on that yellow tape? That would be a nice warm-up. Here I am on G. And the reason I use my 2 is just because it's longest, and it travels with thumb. So here's the D, same as open D. I could do 1 there. I could do 2 there. And then it would be C sharp or C natural, depending. 3. So if I use that lower note, that would be E flat. You see, it's a matter of convenience. Then 1's on the 3 spot. Do you see how that works? Just something you can goof around with. And so then I get to D. Here's the D. There I am on A. Here's the A and the B. And if I want the G natural, that's why I have to do that big step. And we're doing that for Twinkle. But anyway, so here we go. And here I am on the A. So that thing we were doing analogously on the G string, you could do here. We're just switching fingers. If I have 1 here, if I have 1 here, if I want to practice my 2, I don't think we're really using 4 up here, but you see when I walk through, I curve my longer finger extra so that I can curve, and do you see how my arm follows along? So here I'd be on 3 and 4, relax 1 and 2. That's called 4th position, because this one is on the 4th note up. So here's 4 here. Here I am. You can just take same patterns and move over. And then you could just do big too. Take that. This would actually get you really comfortable with a lot of different balances on the cello. Now I'm just going to move everything back to the yellow tape. Ooh, cool. Or I could do 4-3. Sometimes that'll be easier, and I'll do 4-2 here. I don't have to know what the notes are, but I can practice these interesting different patterns. Now 4-3. Oh yeah, I don't want to have my neck get stiff. 4-2. And 4-3. Now the interesting thing is, this is going to be smaller than here. This is slightly bigger. You can see that. So here's the 4-3. Here's that. So this is just a whole bunch of warming up things you could do to start getting more comfortable. Here's 4-2. We'll do the 4-2 again. And because it's going to show up in the Ashokan Farewell, so those were from 3 or 4 different scales. Don't worry about it. This is what we did for the D major scale. Do, Ti, La, Sol, which would be D, C sharp, B, A. Here's the same pattern. Fa, Mi, Re, Do. From Do to Ti, if this is the same as D, I'm going to have to go Do, Ti, there's my Ti. Ti, La, Sol, Fa. Do you see those are all big steps? Do, Ti, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. C natural's not in the key. key signature C sharpest, so if I want C sharp, I have to go back here. T, O, Re. That's called half position. Oh, back to just patterns. That would be an A major. That would be an E major. That would be in B major, but we're not worrying about that. So that was all half position. You don't have to wait to learn half position. Now, why were we doing that? Because right here, in this third position place where my thumb is opposite of 2, we did twinkle. Body, bum, body, bum, body, bum, star. Now I'm going to go on an up-o that way, and a big step. Ooh, that little F sharp's real close. I'll just go there. Oh, go right back to my 4 here, and the 4's got a job on the green tape. What you are. So the notes I'm using are D, E, and A, B. Sometimes I'm stepping back for Fa, and if I step back for Fa already, I may as well just get me right there. I'll just sneak back there, but this is where 4 is always going to go for this version of Twinkle. So it's twinkle, ba-dum, ba, twinkle, ba-dum, ba, ba-dum, ba, star. There's my 1 for Fa, ba-dum, ba, ba-dum, ba, ba-dum, bum. Now that exact same twinkle I can do here. Twinkle, just like open D. Was that other way, and here's the La, B natural La, back to A sol. Here's the Fa, ba-dum, and 4 and 3 together. You see that fingers are relaxed, thumbs behind 2. 1, 2 doesn't play because mi, re, what, you, ba-dum, ba. So now I'll play this in time. Twinkle, body, ba, twinkle, ba-dum, ba, ba-dum, ba, star, ba-dum, ba, ba-dum, ba. Keep it running though. Ba-dum, bum, R, and I'll do the harmony. So, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. So then you can go back to that and do it either here or there, memorize whatever number that is. And then you can play along with the tape while I'm doing it with you that way. The other thing we talked about is how cool are the harmonics. Now on your cello, where this green tape is, this is where that 3 goes in 4th position. Another way to play twinkle. So you can do it here. Twinkle, ba-dum, bum, twinkle, ba-dum, ba, ba-dum, bum, star. And then you slide back and go to 4. Ba-dum, ba, ba-dum, ba, ba-dum, bum, and then you could slide back to that accompanimental place. We talked about, because this 3 here, this green tape here, is this mi? Do, mi. It's the same mi here. It has to do with really cool math. It's the same mi here, and the same mi here. No, here. Yeah, I put the little squiggle mark up here, so these are all the same pitch, which is really wild. And I do not understand the ratios. You can look up harmonic series ratios and they'll go into some really amazing math. But if you cut a string in half, you get the octave. If you cut it in half again, you get the second octave, which is where your 4th finger goes. So these are the octaves. But what's interesting here is not even the same pitch at all. Whereas here, it's the same pitch. Here, it's the same pitch. Now in between, do, do, so, so, do, do, so, so, do, do, so, so. I skipped the weird one. And then here you get, if I put 1 on the do and thumb on the sol, not exactly like the Army call, but, or taps. And what's neat about that, I can tell how light I am. I'm just touching all those notes super lightly. So you can do that here. Taps is the coolest. And because it's a pattern, I can do it on any string. And it's a great way of starting thumb position. And of course, this is way too much, don't even worry about it, but here's that twinkle. Here's twinkle. Here's la, and it's a lot smaller. Do you see how much smaller it is? And here's the sol. Here's that fa. And the mi. Right where that squiggly weird tape was. And R. So what I learned down here lets me learn it up here. Or anywhere. Sorry about that. Oh, that was bad. You get the idea. So I can take that pattern and move it anywhere. Or I can take this pattern D flat major. Oh, it's such a tough key. Is it? It's just a pattern and it's the same notes. So if you learn a pattern that doesn't involve open strings, then you can take that pattern anywhere. So if I have something that I'm playing and it's like, your bridge is a little high, so it's a little more tricky, but let's say it's in D flat. It makes it a lot easier to play because I know a pattern. And I know patterns, which is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's a pattern. So if I hear a song on the radio, I can figure out how to translate that into the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do pattern. And I can learn chords, like this is the D chord. A chord is going to come up in one of your songs. You happen to do an A chord in something. I don't remember which song. But anyway, oh my gosh, see? I go too far. I'm going to take a picture of this, but you can zoom in on that. Can you kind of see that in there? And I'll take a picture of that and send it to everybody too, because that kind of explains a little bit of what we were talking about. That's enough. We'll stop now.